What's going on, everyone? It is Doubtfull here, and today I have another Rek'sai gameplay video for you. I posted a lot of different builds and rune options in the past few weeks of this preseason, but I finally settled on what I think is the best build for Rek'sai going forward. It's actually going to be even better next patch because Prowler's Claw is getting buffed, but the build that I've been running is Prowler's Claw into Edge of Night, it's sort of conditional from there. I really like Guardian Angel third. It's just really good for the assassin playstyle that you're going to want to be building. Other than that, it's usually some sort of defensive option. I usually don't go for like triple lethality, though. If you're really ahead and you're feeling crazy, you could go for the Collector. The Collector is also really strong on Rek'sai because of the way crit works with your Q. It's definitely a good option. But the runes that I take are Hail of Blades, obviously, and then in the secondary tree, or below that rather, I take Sudden Impact. Now I know in the past Cheap Shot has actually been the better rune there in that row, but Sudden Impact is now better because it's a lot easier for you to proc it because of Prowler's Claw. You're basically always going to be proccing the Sudden Impact no matter what you do, and because you're building so much lethality, for those of you who don't know, basically the more lethality you have, the more effective it is because of the way that armor works. So because we're building so much lethality, we'll get up to like 50-60 lethality in these games. Sudden Impact is just more valuable and it'll do a lot more damage than something like Cheap Shot would do. In the next row, we're obviously just going to go Eyeball Collector, and then Relentless Hunter is a good option there. And then for a secondary tree, we're going to go Triumph and Alacrity. So this game I started bot side because I wanted to support my Camille top. In Maokai, this game took Ignite and Teleport, no Flash. So that is why I started bot side. Normally I'm still starting red side on Rek'sai. Here I have really thought that I could kill this Lilia without dying and like flash on her before she could get her Q off. Unfortunately, she does get that Q off. Thought I was going to be able to walk up there and go for the Maokai and get them both, with maybe like me dying and us getting both of them. It was pretty close. It was kind of a risky play. I probably shouldn't have gone for it, but wasn't terrible. Definitely probably not the best use of my time. I probably could have double scuttled or something instead and just let him base. This game we're actually against Tarzaned, by the way. I don't know if I've said that yet, but he first picked the Lilia in the lobby and I counterpicked with Rek'sai. In the past, I felt that like good Lilia players counter Rek'sai because it's just, you can never get on top of her. She just kites you, she's too fast. But with the addition of Prowler's Claw in the preseason, Lilia can no longer get away from us. We just Prowler's Claw her and one-shot her is how I've seen it. And for those of you who don't know, maybe you haven't played the matchup too many times, your ult cancels her ult. So if you time your ult right, you don't fall asleep and she dies. So it's a really great matchup for Rek'sai these days, and that is why I picked it here. So I'm going to be just doing a gameplay commentary from here on out. When I actually recorded this game, but I wasn't talking. I was pretty quiet during it, so I'm just recording over it and doing a small little gameplay commentary. I haven't done one of these in a while, so hopefully it comes out pretty well. Now, I am running Hail of Blades. For those of you who have ever watched my content or watched my stream or anything like that, you know that I always run Conqueror on Rek'sai, but that's because I always thought Conqueror was the best, and I think that this season Hail Blades is probably going to be Rek'sai's best rune, mainly because it's just so good for the assassin playstyle that we're going to be going for now. I think that there's a world where on Bruiser Rek'sai you are still going Conqueror, and I still do that sometimes with like Stride Breaker or maybe like Eclipse in Conqueror. But whenever I go Prowler's Claw, which I think is the best build, like into squishies, it's always with the Hail of Blades now. And I also like to take the red chroma when I'm running Hail of Blades because I think that's pretty cool. That was a really good counter gank by Lilia there. I didn't actually expect her to be there. Unfortunately, Camille was level 6 and canceled her W. I don't think I would have died anyways, but it was pretty close. Anyways, I just really was not expecting her to be there. And she's also got like half a level on me, which is pretty unfortunate, but I do have the 3 kills and definitely a gold lead at this point. I really want to get to this Prowler's Claw. Once I get In the past, Rek'Sai has power spiked as soon as you got warrior, but now the power spike is like pushed way further off. I think that's the main reason why Rek'Sai is weaker this season, in my opinion, than she has been in the past so far, because you just power spike a lot later, and you also can't get blue smite until much later as well, which makes ganking a little bit trickier. But for those of you who do want to know, I'm sure there's going to be people asking. I think that there's a lot of different ways you can build Rek'Sai this season, and I think that was Riot's goal when they made the changes to the preseason. They wanted you to basically build on this situation, and I think that there's games where Stridebreaker might be the best item. There's games where Eclipse is best, and maybe there's games where even tank is best. I know I just made a tank video, maybe my last video. But they did change it since they hot fixed the tank item, so it's definitely not as good anymore, but still an option. Misfortune makes the mistake of maybe not noticing that I was 6. I think she figured it out, but a little bit too late. And she kept walking towards me when she definitely should not have done that. So we got that snipe there. We kind of waited a little bit to see where she was going to go and then shot it out, I believe. And because his bot lane's dead, he has to give up the Scuttle Crab. Let's see. This game is pretty one-sided. I pretty much have 3 winning lanes. Now there was some jungle intervention, and perhaps that's why we had such 3 hard winning lanes, but this game does devolve pretty quickly for the enemy team. Right now I'm just power farming so I can get my Prowler's Claw. I just really want to get this power spike, and once I have this, the game's going to be cracked open, and I can pretty much kill Lilia whenever I want, is what I'm thinking going into this game. So I'm just power farming for this. I definitely am sort of looking at top side and Herald as well. Watching out for something. Now we know that there's no camps bottom, and because of that ward on Raptors, we're very certain that Lilia is probably clearing her top side right now. That or she's doing Herald, but doing Herald would be pretty crazy because we have mid and top priority. But I do path up here just in case, and yeah, she hops over, and they get a pretty good setup onto the Camille. I try to get in here in time. Unfortunately, I get rooted there. I had to cast my E so I could get like dodge the CC of the root, if that makes sense. Because while I'm burrowing, I don't get rooted. So I burrow as I'm about to get hit by that so I can move forward. I leave this wave the way it is because it's really good for Camille. Unfortunately, I couldn't get both of them because I got queued right when I flashed in by the Maokai and Lilia flashed away. I could have ulted Lilia and probably traded 1 for 1, but I don't think it would have been worth it. There's a world where maybe I get out because of like Triumph or something, if I don't walk into that bush and eat that sapling. But we decide to play it safe here, and we get the Prowler's Claw. From here, I could either go Ruby Crystal or a Longsword. I decided to go Ruby Crystal because this item is very expensive, and it's kind of scary to not have like less than 1k HP at this point in the game. We have this mid priority, and I've got a Galio. Honestly, I'm very confident that I can 100-0 this Orianna here. But Galio was there to help us, so it was super easy. With Prowler's Claw, like as soon as you buy this item, you can kill anyone in the game, except for maybe like tanks building armor or something. But the item itself usually does about 200 damage, which is crazy. The item doing 200 damage from the like actual damage that it does, and then the increased amplifier is insane. I see Lilia bot side taking Dragon. I don't care about Dragon. My brand is reset, so it's really just not important. Dragon's not going to be the win con this game as far as I'm concerned. I just want to keep snowballing the game and breaking down these turrets. As Rek'Sai, I always prioritize like an early Herald over a Dragon like any day. I think getting that extra gold, getting your lanes ahead, breaking open the game. You want to close out the game early. You don't want to like rely on the 4 dragons is the way I see it. Alternatively, you can try to like get the 4 dragons and win through that way, like before you like fall off and are irrelevant. Personally, I like going for like just the complete domination, like break down the turret so you can camp in the enemy jungle, stuff like that. So here we get Maokai. I see this teleport coming in, and I use Prowler's Claw because I know she's going to shoot out her Q and ult, so I use Prowler's Claw to dodge it. But unfortunately, I messed up my Fury. This weird, I swear, the way Fury interacts is so strange. The Fury goes down by like 1/3, even though it goes up by 1/4. So you end up in awkward situations like there, where I was at 100 Fury, but because I was burrowed, I went down to 66. and then I autoed once or whatever, and then I go up to like 90. I mean, I can't do math right now, 91 or something like that. And then I basically I thought I was gonna have full fury, so I E'd, but because of the weird numbers, I didn't have it there. I think if I had landed that true damage E, we could have killed the Orianna for sure. Like Camille could have finished her off or something. But unfortunately that missed, and Lilia was there, so we just died. Now I'm running out of time. Well, I'm not running out of time, but I see that Orianna was top or whatever. Like they were all top. So I just ping for Camille to come mid with me so we can drop this Herald and get the full turret with Herald, yeah. Really, really great to break open mid here and just get this full thing. Like obviously, like in this situation, it doesn't look like I needed Camille here, but it's really nice to have so that like in case Lilia or somebody else like came up other than Azilian, that I could have the confidence to like carry the Herald all the way in. So now we're just gonna start looking bot side. And that's actually a really smart E of him. I don't really think it's smart for him to keep walking forward once he sees me there, but probably a strange ult for me there. We end up trading 1-1. I think I might have died to Orianna though. I don't know. Wasn't too bad. Honestly, I didn't tab and look at her build. I should have done that like the moment I saw her to see what she had bought. She bought a full Giant's belt, which is a ton of HP and makes it difficult for me to 100-0 her. As soon as I get, because I didn't have that serrated Dirk, right? I don't think I did. I need a little bit more AD to 100-0 somebody with a Giant's belt, but we've got that serrated Dirk now, which is just so much lethality. The lethality stacks really quickly in this patch, especially with Prowler's Claw, because every time you build an item, it gives you 5 more lethality, which I just think is crazy. That's so much. There's so much lethality in the game. It's actually pretty nuts. But basically what we're thinking now is I want to perma camp inside Lilia's jungle and not let her farm. And we have those wards, so I want to say, yeah, we see her at a red here, so I know that her top side's like up for grabs. So we're just gonna perma camp that. We see Zillion basing, we see Orianna, I don't know. And I've got the sweeper, so I know they don't have vision of me, and I'm just gonna sit here and permanently look for her, which makes it really, really difficult for her to play the game, obviously. I just want to steal all of her camps and just use this advantage that I've got. I don't have ult up yet, which makes this a little bit strange. I decide to use my Prowler's Claw at the end of that. I probably should have used it right at the beginning, but I wanted to save it for like a gap closer. Fortunately, my ult comes up just in time and we get that kill. It's actually interesting. Ultimate Hunter has like a higher win rate than Relentless Hunter. And before I would have thought Ultimate Hunter was like absolutely trash on Rek'Sai, but now with Prowler's Claw, you can basically kill anyone on command as long as you have your ult up. So I'm kind of seeing like where they're coming from. I wasn't expecting that caster minions to take turret aggro there, so we've got so much lethality, we're able to destroy turrets. That's another really good thing about the lethality build for Rek'Sai, is you absolutely destroy turrets. So now we're gonna reset for this dragon, yeah. So now, because we might as well get the dragons now, like I didn't put a high priority on them in the past, but now there's nothing else to do other than sit in her jungle, take her camps, and get dragons. We basically just want to be permanent in her jungle and not let them scale into the late game. I doubt they actually outscale us. We do have like a Camille. We've also got Brandy to carry. I mean, I don't really know how that scales. I imagine not as well as an ADC, but who really knows? I guess that's sneaky on the brand. I see he's been playing a lot of mages bot lane. He's walking up here into a set. Probably shouldn't be doing that. I think he's kind of tilted at this point, and that's just a free kill. And you can see like how much damage I did there. It's pretty insane. I think my relentless or my sudden impact did like 60 damage there. Cheap shot would have done significantly less. It's just gonna get more like better and better as the game goes on, as I build more items. Maybe not actually, because I don't think I go for triple lethality here. I think we just go the 2, and then I end up actually going for Hex Shrinker, which I don't know if that's actually good or not on Rek'Sai, but they had like quadruple AP on our team, so it made sense to build MR, but I also wanted damage. I haven't tried building Wit's End yet on Rek'Sai. I feel like it's probably not good. I'm gonna have to take a look at that item. I feel like it's probably not good. I think Hex Shrinker is probably just better. The shield on Maw is like really, really nice now. It's absolutely huge. But you can see I'm just taking all of her camps now, so she really can't play the game. She's just gonna fall more and more behind. Unless we make some sort of drastic mistake where we get ace and they grab Baron, this game's pretty much over for the enemy team. And like, did I do anything to like put this game over the edge for us? I don't know. Basically, it's just picking a counter matchup, so I'm able to bully Lilia, and we got those early kills. We kind of matched each other really for the most part of the game, I think. There was one time where I took Herald and she was on Dragon, but other than that, we were pretty much matched on the same side of the map for most of the game. And that's what you should look to do, I think, with Hailblades. Again, guys, I've always taken Conqueror, so I'm still learning. Like, my muscle memory is kind of, it's really, really off with this Hailblades. I'm still learning how to play with Hailblades. I've always played with Conqueror. I've always told everyone to play Conqueror, but I honestly think that Assassin Rek'Sai is just the way to go this patch, at least for now, and that means taking Hailblades. So we reset there, get the Hex Drinker that I was talking about, so we have a ton of MR. The only person that's a real threat to us right now is Misfortune. So we probably want to look to focus her in team fights if we can. Let's see. Dragon's up. The forward Dragon win con is pretty far away from us. That's not really something that we can we want to rely on as a Rek'Sai. We really just want to be sticking to the plan of just sitting in their jungle and taking camps. Camille's dead right now though, so it's like a little bit risky for us to be fighting. I don't know if she has teleport or not. Probably not a good ultimate for me there, to be honest, just because of the Zillion ult. It doesn't really make sense to ult there. I think I should have held that. I don't know if I didn't see it or what. Teamfights are getting a little bit hectic here, but she is forced out, forced to reset, and I think all of her top side's up again. So we just get to take all of this. Okay, so no wolves, but we get the blue. I want to say we end up getting Gromp as well. And just as a jungler, I mean, you guys jungle. Okay, so I get pushed out, but you guys jungle. You know like how devastating it is to just have all of your camps taken. It's like the most depressing thing. Okay, actually, we do go back and I remember this now, and I get the Gromp. Oh man, that is just the most painful thing. And there's like nothing they can do about it. I'm just so strong, and I've got all of my teammates behind me. Orianna kind of suicide pushes here. Unfortunately, Baron's not up quite yet. So we're still just kind of hanging around looking for something to do. I've got this Herald. We should honestly Herald top here, I think. It's 4v5. Camille's pushing bot. I think Herald top here was actually the play. I don't know what I'm doing. I reset? I do reset. No, I think I canceled this reset, yeah. Because I'm like, why am I resetting when my team's all doing stuff? And Orion is dead. I think this was definitely a mistake by me. I should have heralded top. I grabbed this mid farm so that we have a mid shoved in and we're all going bot, so that seems like the thing to do. If you're gonna walk through here, usually you want to burrow Q that bush. Looks like I don't end up walking through there. I'm thinking about dropping this mid here, but I see everyone basing, so I opt not to. And I check one more time to see if the wolves are up, and they are. I eat the wrong thing. But yeah, it's just all about just, I mean, I've said this like 5 times now. There's almost not really that much to talk about. I'm literally just taking his farm whenever I can. And like for all of his like 4 camps, he's lucky if he gets like one of them. And then whenever I can, like I could do my own camps, like as I'm on my way back to his camps. But team starts a fight when I'm not there. I don't know if that's my bad base timing. I think it was a bad base time for me. We should all be here like at the same time. So if my team's going in, I'm there. I have to drop this bot because it's about to despawn. So we take Dragon, and then I'm hoping that we can like carry this to the bot lane afterwards. I want to say that's what ends up happening here. It looks like it's not going to happen, but I think we catch up to it. Yeah, we get a pretty good engage here. My knock-up doesn't go through. Like a weird thing where if you get CC'd and you knock up at the same time, it like doesn't work. I did so much damage with lethality there. That was a pretty crazy engage for me. I knew Zillion ult was down. I like almost survived. Unfortunately, I have no armor, so the turret I think hit me twice and just killed me. But if somebody else had taken turret aggro somehow there, like there's a world where that was almost like a really clean play. But it is just insane, like how much damage, like the distance that I close with Prowler's Claw and Flash, and then how much damage I really do with all of this lethality. I think I hit her like twice, maybe eat her and ulted her and it killed her. I mean, that's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Let's see. I was a little bit worried that Lily was gonna re-engage on them here because I knew that she was coming out. Fortunately, they're not able to get anything off. And so my death, I used my flash, trade 1 for 1, but we do manage to guide the Herald all the way in and break that. So I don't know, that probably wasn't a super great play. I'm still limit testing out here. I don't really know my damage. We kill Lilia, but we're on the opposite side of the map, so doing doing Baron rather isn't really an option. I was looking to see if MF would overextend here, but she does not. Looking at this now, I'm thinking I should take Scuttle Crab and then just go into Lilia's top side and take all of her camps again. Looks like I decided not to do that. I want to say I'm like 3 levels up on Lilia right now, just from taking her camps on cooldown in my own, so I'm getting like triple her farm. And the item I'm gonna build next is definitely gonna be Guardian Angel. That last play, if I had GA, I definitely would have lived. GA just allows you to make these like crazy dives, and that's why it's so good on Rek'Sai. A lot of people think that GA is not good on Rek'Sai. That's like not a good item. But I don't know, maybe it's just not good in lower MMRs when people don't follow up your engages as well. I don't know, but it's really, really broken in high elo. Orianna's pushed way too far up again, but she flashes after I Prowler's Claw. I go for the ult, probably shouldn't have done that. I think Zillion had R. This is a really bad play for me. It works out, but my Rek'Sai is definitely pretty. I make a lot of mistakes, but I kind of like that. I see myself like with this Hail of Blades version. I'm playing so aggressively. I'm making so many mistakes that there's like a lot of room for improvement, and I think that's pretty cool. I like seeing myself make mistakes, because before I would play like a really, really controlled playstyle with Conqueror, and I wouldn't make too many like mistakes, but like I don't know, I would have like a lot less agency in the games. And I don't know, with this Hail of Blades, because I have so much more like raw, I feel like I have a lot more like raw power. There's so many more things that I can do and plays I can make, so there's just a lot more options, a lot of room to make more mistakes. But it's exciting because there's like a lot of room for me to improve as a player. I feel like if I was like really playing Hail of Blade Rek'Sai to like its fullest extent, I could definitely like top 10 challenger. Honestly, it's so powerful and you have so much agency in these games. I definitely think it's possible. So I mean, that's probably what I'm gonna be playing a lot in the future. I really think they might buff Rek'Sai, because Rek'Sai is sitting at like a 50% win rate right now. I mean, not everybody's building correctly, but you could say that with just about every single champion. So I think I would be very surprised if they don't end up buffing Rek'Sai. Even with this 5+ AD to Prowler's Claw, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but the 5 AD on Prowler's Claw is actually pretty nice, by the way. Rek'Sai uses AD like better than any champion in the game. I think that's true. He's one of the best AD users in the game, like best AD scalings. So giving him or her 5 AD is absolutely insane. We're just looking for a pick right now, by the way. I'm kind of trying to find this misfortune. Oh wait, this is embarrassing. I don't know if I switched my stopwatch around with my Prowler's Claw, but for some reason I pressed the wrong button there. So we just press stopwatch. Speaking of making mistakes, yeah, we'll blame that one on Hail Blades. But I get in here and kill her, kill him. It did start off a fight, so maybe I baited a fight to happen. I don't know. Maybe that was just that was actually pretty next level. But we do finally get those picks. We get the picks that we need, so we can actually get Baron. We fight on the right side of the map, so after the fight, Baron's right there, we can just take it. And then after this, we're gonna take this, and then we're gonna rush down to Cloud Dragon, so we can secure that. And I want to say we push through Inhib after that. The idea is we take Inhib, I guess, and then rotate mid. I think it's actually better to go mid first, like where there's still a turret up, so you can actually like really use your Baron. And take the mid turret and then take both inhibs. I think that makes more sense, but I don't believe that's what we end up doing. But yeah, we're trying to rush here as quickly as possible so that their team doesn't have time to get the dragon. But it was only like Zilean and Orianna, so it would have been hard. Maybe they could have gotten it if they went straight for it as soon as we started Baron. We grab that. We actually probably want to shove this mid wave in here. I'm playing safe here because I don't want to get caught. I do have my GA though. It's actually, I feel like it's very difficult to tell that I have GA right now. Maybe it's just me not being used to it, but it definitely seems hard to tell. Alarim on the Galio playing really, really well. Forces out the Zilean flash. Camille just literally goes in 1 versus 5. I think I wasn't burrowed there when I Prowler's Claw. That was weird. But, I mean, yeah, that's the game, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I definitely made a lot of mistakes, but yeah, that is the build that I'm running right now, and that's what I would suggest you guys run as well. Eclipse is still good, Stridebreaker is good, Tank is good, but personally I think that this is the best build. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.